Welcome to the exciting and new podcast. This is a mini, and I'm Jason.
I'm Andy.
I'm Dana.
And I'm Dan.
Welcome, Dan.
First timer Dan.
Thank you.
We've had other Dans, but this is your first Dan.
This is our first Dan as well, right? Oh, no, Dan made it on the other time. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot he came on for Friday the 13th.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Are you excited?
Yes, welcome.
Are you nervous?
All of them.
At the same time, wow.
Well, only 3 people will hear this, so it's okay.
But Dan's got a fan base. I follow him on Twitter, and he's very, very funny.
I used to be. I'm
say
kind of like pulled back my Twitter.
Your ex.
Does anybody even do that? I mean, unless you're like,
Does anybody not call it Twitter still? I mean, I don't call
Twitter.
it. I didn't watch a lot this week. I watched a movie that was nominated for Best Picture, The Zone of Interest.
Oh.
And let me tell you, man, I know it's a very touchy subject and everything, but I thought that movie was a big steaming pile of shit.
Really?
Yes.
That's the Auschwitz.
Yes.
They live right next door and stuff like that.
Absolute garbage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't need to rush
You
to
can watch it, but I didn't like it.
I'll
Did you-
take your
did
word.
you see
That's
that?
I haven't
garbage.
seen it, but I'll watch it
Yeah.
just because I want to see what the fuss is about.
I just didn't. Yeah, it's just like, and it was nominated for Best Picture,
Yeah.
so I was thinking it'd be a lot better, but it was not. I mean, I watched the whole thing, and there's some parts that were interesting, but there's parts where it's just like, why?
Yeah.
Just like so.
But it doesn't take place. It's the
He lives next door.
right. So he works for.
And there's like a big wall, and you could see like the train, you could see like the smoke coming from the train, and you could hear the train coming, and you hear other noises and see things, and just like your power flickers or whatever.
Yeah, but
see
you don't
stuff like
actually
that.
see inside the camp or anything, right?
They don't really show that.
It's
stuff,
just
no.
from the neighbors.
Like he finds like a human in the lake next to him and shit like that. So yeah, it's fun.
Oh yeah, sounds great.
Sounds great.
The other thing I
Tired
watched
of the
this week,
Holocaust, man. Like enough.
right? The other thing I watched this week was I only watched 2 of 4 episodes. Conan O'Brien Must Go.
I want to watch
His
that.
new
How is
show on Max, and it is very, very good.
Oh, I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah. I watched the first
it's a
2
talk show,
episodes.
or?
It's him, and he's where he goes to another country. And he just meets people. He meets people on his podcast first, like he talks to them, and then he goes there and then he meets them.
Is that where he took the Japanese lady's baby?
I didn't see a
Okay.
Japanese episode.
Spoiler
I saw.
I don't know where it was. I just saw him she wanted to take her to take a picture with her child or grandchild in a stroller. So he did, and then he just took the stroller and walked away from her. And she's like,
I've only saw 2
"What the
episodes.
hell?"
The one was Norway, and the one was Thailand.
Okay.
The Norway one was ridiculous. He comes out like a Viking at one point. He has this giant beard.
I love him.
He's great. So, yeah.
He's
And,
one of the really great
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
people.
I just watched the monorail episode recently of The Simpsons too.
Oh, did you write that?
I wrote that one. Yeah, I love that.
That's a great Simpsons episode.
Yeah.
Sure, with Leonard Nimoy, right? Leonard Nimoy's in that.
Yeah. But
He
yeah,
was
that's
such
all I
a
watched
dick
this
on
week.
Curb, man. He was such a dick on that Curb
Oh, that
he was
episode
on.
that we just saw recently.
Oh,
yeah. You had to get clearance.
Clearance. You gotta get clearance.
Did you get caught up on that?
No, not yet.
I watched. I'm 4 episodes into Fallout.
Okay.
Have you watched Fallout yet?
No.
Fallout's on Amazon, and it is a big thumbs up. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's so good.
I
I
watched
didn't
3.
start it yet. Yeah.
It's post-apocalypse.
Video game.
It's based on a video property, but Daniel was watching with me yesterday. He's like, "This is nothing like the game. They're just taking concepts and going with that." But
Yeah.
very, very good. I watched all of season 2 of Invincible. That's
the cartoon, yeah.
That's on Amazon also, and I think Brady
had mentioned it last time he was
recommended
on,
it too.
yeah.
Yeah, so I watched season 1. So I watched season 2 actually yesterday because we weren't doing anything. So I just said I'm going to watch it. And then the only other thing I did this week besides watch a lot of baseball was Logan and I went and saw Interstellar on Wednesday in the theater because that's Logan's favorite movie, and it was in the theater because every week they were releasing a.
I thought Inception was his favorite movie.
It's that's. I was gonna say it's Brady's favorite movie. Brady hates that movie, but no, he loves Interstellar. So Inception's coming up this week, and then Dunkirk, and then maybe Oppenheimer. I forget now what they're doing, but Interstellar.
I saw Oppenheimer in the theater.
I never saw Dunkirk. That'd be fun
It's
to go
World War
see.
II, and
Yeah.
it's
It's not a fun movie. Though.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, is that the scene where the guy is running in one take?
No, that's 1917.
I don't want to see
That's
that
a good one.
Which is a
1917.
great movie.
That's
1917 is a
That's
great
the movie I want to see.
Different war.
That was Sam
Same
Mendes.
Close
That
enough.
one, right? Sam Mendes.
Is that him?
I think that's who did that
know.
one. Yeah.
And that's it. A lot of baseball, and then now we'll be doing basketball because the Knicks are in the playoffs. Go Knicks!
Sixers.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
Dana,
know.
what did you watch
Sixers,
this
I'll
week?
just go with
That's fine.
Sixers.
They're playing each other. It's great.
Go Knicks.
So
And Rangers.
I also watched 3 episodes of Fallout, and I'm still holding out. She can change him.
No.
He can be a good guy.
He made her bait.
I don't care. She can change him. She's going to work on it. she can change him. But I really like it as well. And I watched the first 2 episodes of Under the Bridge, which is the show with
Red Hot
Lily
Chili
Gladstone.
Pepper? Oh,
yeah, it's a show about the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's about Lily Gladstone. She's a detective. I didn't know this, but it's a true story. So it's a
Is she
true
believable
crime.
as a cop?
Yeah, she's actually
Okay.
really, really good. 1997, teenage girls think they're gangsters.
The smartest people on the planet. Oh,
No,
okay.
well, that too, but gangsters. And they end up killing. One of the girls gets killed, and they're trying to unravel what happens to it. I don't remember this when it came out in when it really happened in the late 90s. But it was in close somewhere in Canada on the west side.
Oh, we don't get that news here.
Yeah, we don't. That's why I feel
West
like
side of Canada.
Yeah.
there
It's
was
gotta
no
be really
social
big news in order
media.
to
There
get
was
that.
I didn't know anything about this.
Are they lighting themselves on fire in front of Donald
Oh,
Trump?
my
If not,
God.
then we're not
What
getting
an
that
asshole.
news.
I don't care what side you're
I
on.
know.
You're such an asshole.
He
And
really
he died this
Yeah,
morning.
he
I was
died
like,
today.
I'm sure he's much happier that he died because that would have been a
Yeah,
sucky way to
now
live the
he
next
really
hour.
has to. His point is just really driven home
And
now.
I read his manifesto today.
I read part of it,
I'm
yeah.
not quite sure what his point was.
Nobody knows what his
You can't
point
tell
was.
which side he was on, right?
No, you have no idea. I don't think it was about either side. I think it was something unrelated to it, right?
And he blamed the Simpsons
Oh,
and-
maybe I didn't read it yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Oh, anyway.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Yeah. Other than that, I didn't really do anything because Taylor Swift dropped a new album, so I've been listening
Do you
to
like it?
that.
I heard it's slow and boring. That's what I heard.
So she dropped. It came out at midnight on Thursday,
you get it at
Friday.
midnight?
Oh yeah, I stayed up because I was staying up with Brianna.
Oh,
So we stayed. First of all, I'm up to midnight anyway.
okay. But then you have to listen to the album. How
Yeah.
long
So
is
it was an
Right?
hour and 5 minutes.
Oh, I thought it was
And
a double
then
album.
Brianna texted me because we were texting back and forth when it came out. She's like, "Oh, there's another countdown on her website for 2 a.m." And I was like, "Well, I can't stay up." She had a countdown earlier in the day for 2 p.m. and it was a release of the cassette single that you could buy. And I was like, "I'm not staying up for some stupid single release of a cassette you could buy. I'm going to bed." And it ended up she dropped
Another
second
album?
Whole
Double
nother
album,
album.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is
So
that,
that
is that
was-
big in your house, too?
No, well,
Oh,
my kids aren't really in my house.
well,
like,
okay.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
they are Swifty. I don't know if
Your-
they're total
your
Swifties.
kids
but-
are out of the house?
Well, my older one is out of the house. My younger one is a junior
Okay.
in college, and
Okay.
she's out of the country right now. She's been in Madrid for
Oh wow.
You're so lucky, dude. My kids are still in my house.
that amount.
Yeah, but you'll miss them when they're gone. But yeah, so I do really like it. I do agree that there are no true pop songs, which I was really hoping for because I really like pop music. I was hoping for something a little upbeat.
So it is pretty slow.
It's there is one song that's really that is her most upbeat one, but it's if you listen to the lyrics, it's a very depressing song about being depressed, but it's upbeat, so you kind of don't know what to do with it, but it's really good and I love it.
And it's
But-
about who? Travis Kelce? Or
No, it's just
it's
about
Maddie Healy.
Oh.
but not that song.
Is that who she dated?
There is-
That's a dude from the 1975 that she dated.
There is one song that I think is clearly about him.
No, the only thing I heard about it is that song about Kim Kardashian.
Oh, the Kim Kardashian song is
what?
great.
Does this girl not do anything but write songs about other people?
She
Is
wrote a
that
song
what she
called-
does?
Yeah.
Thank
called
you,
Thank You, Kim.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Amy, but the
And then the
capital
letters
are
K,
K.
I,
Yeah.
and M are capital.
Yeah.
And some of the lyrics are about when Kanye came up on stage when she won.
Oh my God! But Kim
No,
Kardashian had
it's
nothing
not
to do
about
with
that.
It has something to do with
That was
that.
before
was
No,
a
it
phone
doesn't.
call.
The phone call when they were apologizing about that, and then and then they were gonna put "bitch" in the song, and she said that Kim said that they told her about that, and Taylor said they never told me about that.
That's a song on a different album. That's not that song. That song's like, oh, and when your daughter comes home, dance into my song, you and I'll both know it's about you. And that's what she's
I
talking
don't know
about in
what
this
that
song. So, because her daughter, Kim Kardashian's daughter, is a big Taylor Swift fan.
Now, is every one of her songs like autobiographical about a
A lot of
specific
them.
person?
Seems like it, right?
Yeah, a lot of them are about her.
I don't ever want to know her.
Yeah.
I do want to see her in
You don't
concert,
have
though.
to. No one's forcing you. That's the thing.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to know her because I don't want a song about me because that would just be too much.
Yeah.
Oh, but would that be awesome? Like,
No, she might hate me.
I love you.
No, I
No,
wouldn't get that. I love you. I'd be like, you piece of shit.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. Her first metal song. It's
Yeah.
anti-Jason.
But it is a little slow. I do wish it was a little bit more upbeat.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
How did she have time to write this album? She's been touring for like a year and going to football games and
Yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of it she already had, like, probably in her, in her vault, as she calls it.
The vault?
Yeah.
I'm putting it in the vault.
But yeah, it's good. I've listened to it probably 3 times. And it's 31 songs, so it's a lot to.
31 songs.
Yeah.
2 albums. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember Metallica put out a double album. They had 9 songs on it. They were all like
Yeah.
12 minutes long.
Yeah. And a lot of them are, 5-minute songs each. So the album's about 2.5 hours.
I'm a big fan of hers just because of how she treats her employees and
Oh, yeah.
her
Yeah.
fans.
She pays her employees really well, yeah.
Yeah.
She paid the truckers like 100
Yeah,
grand.
like,
Yeah, it was
that's
just
just like a
crazy.
bonus, yeah.
Yeah, good for her.
And her dancers. Her band, the one guy in her band's been with her since she was a kid.
And she's worth $1 billion now, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's over $1 billion, so I mean,
That $1 million to her that she paid out to her
Yeah.
dad. She's like, that's just extra taxes. I'll
she's
write
like,
that
that's how
off.
much out of my? Oh, damn.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's all I did this week.
Dan, first time. Just tell us what you've been up for the last 52 years. Okay.
Well, I was born. So I haven't been watching a lot of stuff lately. And now with baseball and
Yeah.
Dan's a Yankee
You can
fan.
give us
Hot
any
dude.
movies that you've liked recently that you like recommend.
I just
or whatever.
actually watched a couple of episodes of there was a series about Spotify on Netflix called The Playlist. It's like from 2022. I think it's not. I don't think it's an American series because there's like the first couple episodes where it's all like in Sweden or Nor whatever.
And it's
wherever
about Spotify,
Yeah,
like
it's
the rise of
guy
Spotify.
the guy who created it and how it came about. I'm like only 2 episodes in.
We just love watching things about how things were created and stuff
I
like
enjoyed
that.
that Blackberry movie. Did you see that one?
No, I
that
didn't
was
see that
good. With
I haven't seen that
whatchamacallit
yet.
from It's Always Sunny. Glenn. He's in it.
okay.
Yeah, he's in it, but he's bald, and it's just really funny to see him bald.
And then I've been watching Ghosts, the CBS
I've
show.
never watched that. I've
I watched
seen
it on
it.
Paramount
commercials
Plus.
for it.
Is it
pretty
any good?
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then there's a BBC version, the original.
Oh, is it?
which
It's a
which I
remake?
watch. Yeah, so
Okay.
and I
Every
think,
show is made in England first, and then
Yeah.
I think
That's it there.
CBS, because when the writer's strike was on, they were running out of material to show. They
Yeah.
started showing the British version.
Oh, that's easy.
So I caught up on that. And they're both funny. I like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And like Abbott Elementary, I've been like
I heard
caught
that's
up.
really
Oh, I have
good.
to get
Yeah.
I
caught
watched
up
the
on
first
that.
season of that. Our friend
I love it.
Angelica told me to watch that, and
I think
Yeah.
somebody else told me that they really enjoyed
I
that.
like
yeah.
it a lot.
But other
Yeah.
than
It takes
that,
place in Philly.
yeah. Other than that, I
Yeah.
mainly watch like by the time I get home from work, I'm exhausted. I put on like FXX and I'm
And you're
watching
watching
like
Family Guy or The
Family Guy or The Simpsons or
Yeah.
Bob's
Do you
Burgers
still
or
work
whatever's on.
in New York?
I'm in New York City
Yeah, my
three
God,
three
dude.
days a week.
I was just there
Oh my gosh.
on Wednesday, going to the Met.
Yeah.
And just that commute alone. And I was just there for 4 hours, came home. I was home by like 3, and I was like, man, could I do that
I'm
every
going
day?
there tomorrow.
I could not do that
No,
every
it's
day.
like-
Just like 2 hours to
I'm
get
going in
in,
Wednesday.
2 hours to get home.
2
And
hours
then-
round door to door.
But
each
then
way,
also
and-
like the other stuff
Then
they have
work.
to do. Yeah, yeah.
Then work.
I mean, it took us. I was telling Jason the other day. We went to the Met. That's 81st. It took us 45 minutes to get from the Met back to Penn Station when we left, and that's
In a cab?
50 blocks in a cab.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
$33 in a cab.
Wow.
Well, because I was expensing it, and so I was
Well,
just like,
yeah.
I would never do this if
Why
I
don't you
was
just like
No.
Uber or
So-
Lyft?
Because we walked out and there was a guy sitting right there. We're like,
Oh,
on station.
that's
He's
better.
like,
It still
let's go.
would have, but
Would it cost the same?
Yeah,
probably, or
probably,
more, maybe.
yeah.
But it costs more to do that than it costs for the guy I was with. I bought his train ticket home because I was just like, I'll just buy this too because then I'll
Yeah,
expense
just
all of it
expense it,
together. That was only $32, the train ticket home for both of us. So the train ticket cost less than the
I got my
the
ticket, yeah.
taxi cab.
I got my ticket for tomorrow.
What's
$32.50. I'm going to see Barry Manilow.
That's
Radio
tomorrow.
City. Yeah.
Radio City. Now, where's I don't? I've been
That's
to
on
Radio
6th
City. Where's
Avenue
that?
and like 49th,
Okay.
50th.
I haven't been there in
Yeah.
forever.
It's by the Fox building.
Okay, I went to
NBC's
like
not too far from there either. I
NBC,
don't
yeah,
think.
it's NBC's over like just like a block
Yeah.
the other way.
I went to one of those Rockette things like 10 years ago when the kids were young.
the Christmas show.
Yeah, Radio City, and I saw Sting there a million years ago, and that's it.
You're
That's
seeing
the only
Sting soon, aren't you?
November in Vegas with Billy Joel. Can't
Nice.
wait.
How'd your music go this week?
This is a weird week for music. So Dan, I decided at the beginning of the year I was going to listen to an album a day, and I found a thing that the guy did 1,001 albums you must hear before you die. So I'm like, for the next 3 years, I'll be listening to an album a day. So I got Paul McCartney and Wings, Band on the Run.
Oh, that's a good one.
Very good album. Not a great album. There's a couple filler songs in there, but whatever. It's really good.
The filler song from Paul McCartney is
It's
better
still
than
really,
most.
really
pretty
good.
good.
Bonnie Raitt, Nick of Time. I don't care about country.
I'm
It
not
was
into that,
fine,
yeah.
whatever. There's two songs on there that
she's
I was
loved and adored. I know that. So yeah.
There were two songs in there where I'm like, oh,
Good guitar
I know
player.
these songs. I'm like, okay, great. Then I got Venom, black metal,
Nice.
early metal. And I was like, this song is one of the 1,001 You Must Hear Before You Die. It is such a crazy, stupid
That's very.
metal.
It's all like devil.
Everything's
Yeah.
about the devil.
Oh
but
my
all,
God.
like I was looking at the comments and someone's like, did Tenacious D write this album? Because it's silly. And then the other album that I've heard since the last time we talked about it, LCD Sound System, Sound is Silver.
That's your buddy, right?
I graduated high school with Jim Murphy, who is LCD Sound System. So when I saw it pop up, I'm like, I know this guy. I've seen him on SNL every
Yep.
once in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the kind of guy I haven't seen him since I graduated high school. But if he saw me today, he'd be like, I know that guy from high school. He might not remember my name. He might
But
remember
after you
my
say
name.
the name,
but-
he'd be like, I know.
Yeah. I mean, he went all through our school system. So
Yeah.
he's a guy that I went
Did he
to
go
high
through
school
your
with.
LCD school system?
He did not. He did not. Anyway, it was a weird, like getting Venom was so weird. And then today's album is Coldplay. I haven't listened to it yet.
You don't have to listen.
I'm not a big fan.
Don't you have
I'm not
any
a
that
big
you can
fan.
swap?
But
Like, just like,
which Coldplay album is it?
A Rush of Blood to the Head.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
anything by them except
You
for the
would
songs I've heard. I
probably
don't
know
like anything.
off of that one because that was like early. So all their songs that were on the radio all the time, that was that album.
Wasn't Coldplay married to Gwyneth Paltrow for a while or something like that?
Yeah.
Chris Martin.
Yeah.
they named their kid Apple.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
Apple's dad?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I can't stand Gwyneth Paltrow.
No.
Oh, and she has a candle that smells
the
like her
hell-
hoo-hoo-ha.
Who the hell likes Gwyneth? Like, she's the kind of person that
She's very hateable. She's easily
Well,
hated.
very-
She
easy to hate her.
did an interview recently talking about what she eats in a day. Oh my! First of all, she weighs 90
Yeah,
pounds.
I had a half an almond. Is
Yeah,
that what
that's
she
exactly-
had?
She has
She's like-
half an olive
It
and a
wasn't
thing of yogurt, a
She
little
had-
squirt of yogurt.
Bone broth. I think she just had broth and like vegetables. That's all she ate in a day. Like a cup of broth. It was so unbelievably ridiculous.
If she saw like what we ate, she'd probably like she would explode.
She would explode. Probably like 10 times
if
what she
we
eats.
like had a pizza with her and like you said, here, have it, and
Yeah.
she probably couldn't take it down.
No.
You know?
It's so funny
She would
that
die.
like hating on Gwyneth Paltrow is very easy. The other person that's very easy to hate on is Anne Hathaway, and she was in
Why?
Interstellar. Oh,
I
I've
like
heard.
her.
I've
I
heard
don't know
terrible
why
things
you
about
hate her. I don't
no,
have
but
easy
she's like one of those
reason to hate
people
her.
that like she's on
I
the
hate a
list.
lot of people, too.
But I think she's fine. I mean,
Well, people like to hate people, so
That's
Yeah,
true too. But
that's
I think
a
when she did the
favorite activity.
Oscars with
James
James
Franco.
Franco, I think after that people were like,
That
"Who
was
the
just
fuck
a
does she
bust,
think she
too,
it
is?"
was
because,
not.
like,
that,
yeah, that was
they
just
were
a
in a
bad
shitty
idea.
situation.
Yeah.
and
The only combo that ever worked was Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
Poehler,
it
yeah.
seems
But
like, you know.
but so she's in Interstellar. It's been so long since I saw this movie. It was like almost for the first time. But I forgot your boy's in it as young as Matt McConaughey's son.
My boy.
Timothy Chalamet's in it. As soon as he appeared on the
That's my
screen, I
boy.
go, look.
How old was he then?
He
Like
knows
a
I've been
kid?
loving it on
15 or
Timmy.
something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Yeah,
My little Timmy Shalley.
He ends up growing up to be Casey Affleck. Like when they
Oh,
aged
okay.
the character up, all of a sudden I was like, "Is
Yeah.
that Casey Affleck? Is that Timothy
That's
Chalamet?"
a nepo baby, right? Casey
Yeah.
Affleck.
I kept whispering
Yeah.
to Logan the whole time. He's like, "It's like I'm on a date with someone that doesn't know what's going on." And I kept just going like, "Who's that guy there? Who's that? Is that
Was there a lot of
John
people
Lithgow?"
that came out for it?
Nah, maybe like 12 people in the
Yeah.
theater or something like that. But it's stupid. It's on a Wednesday night at 7. Like,
Well,
put
because
it
they
on
don't
a
want to take
Saturday.
a Friday up and ruin it.
I
When they got
guess,
people coming in to
guess.
see Madam Web.
Oh my god. I might watch that just to see
Why
how bad
would
it
you
is.
see
no,
If
I
it's
want to
free.
watch. I want to
If
watch
it
it.
is
I want
free,
to see how
It's
bad.
free on
I'll
Netflix.
check it out
Go on
for
Netflix.
10 minutes.
It's already on Netflix.
No, Netflix.
Let-
It's their pirated
It's
site
supposed
over
to be
here.
a secret.
Netflix.tv if
He
you want to check
pulls
it
the
out.
mic.
I'm not
I
going
know.
to jail to watch Madam Web. I'll wait.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We just don't want the site taken down again.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's, you guys aren't going to jail. Just go away.
You
Yeah.
got your site too.
I'm not talking about it.
Neither
I'm
am
just
I.
joking.
I'll keep that one secret.
I watched Splash on it today. Oh, wait, no, I didn't.
I keep seeing
I
Anne
watched it on-
Hathaway in
I
that
watched it on
movie.
Disney.
That movie she did with Robert De Niro.
Anne Hathaway,
is that the
Robert
one
De
where
Niro.
He's like an intern.
Yeah.
I keep
I've
saying
seen-
I've never seen the
Intern.
Is it
movie.
The Intern?
But I've seen. I feel like I've seen the movie because I see it on TikTok. You know, you always get those like
the clip, just the
Oh,
clips
yeah.
of it.
Like
There
I've
were
seen
a
it.
couple of those movies all at the same time because there was the one with Vince Vaughn and one of the Wilsons where they went to work for
Google,
and they
yeah.
were like the old men at Google
Oh, I
or something
remember
like
that.
that.
Yeah,
saw it, but I
me
remember that
either.
movie,
Yeah,
yes, but-
she was in a movie where she was trying her and a Wilson Phillips not Bijou, but somebody,
Wilson Phillips.
one
China?
of those people. No, I don't know which one it was
How
to
many
be
more
honest.
Phillips?
But they were trying
It's
to
Michelle
join.
at that
They were
season.
trying to join a
Busy. It might
Mackenzie
be.
Phillips?
like a
No.
Hispanic or Latino gang in like L.A.
Good lord. I hope it was a comedy.
They were like high school. No,
This is serious?
yeah, there was like
Anne
a
Hathaway.
Anne
was trying to
Hathaway.
join a Latino
Yes.
gang.
Nice. Did she have like on like a bandana and like?
Yeah,
tied
they were
it?
like they thought they were gangsters. They were high school kids.
She was probably Chicano.
Sure.
Yeah, she probably wore like the button at the top.
No, but
and
they
then,
got
like,
all the
those
guys
buttons
did,
went-
and she had to be initiated into their gang. There was
To
a whole
beat the
like
shit
What's
out of
this
her or
movie
something
called?
like that.
they didn't beat the crap out of her.
What's it
They
called?
raped her?
No, she willingly did, but she had to do it with like multiple people or something. I forget. I don't know. But Joseph Gordon-Levitt is also in it. He's like her
I think I'm
normal high
gonna
school
check this
friend.
one out.
I've
Is it
never heard
called
of it.
Blood In, Blood Out? That's another Latin.
I'll have
That's
to
a real
look it up,
Latin
but
gang.
it was it's actually. I mean, I saw it 20 years ago, and I thought it was good, but you know,
Yeah.
Was that the Princess Diaries? Is that
I
one
think
of them?
that's what it was. It was called The Princess Diaries. She's the
Can you
queen
find
of
it?
Genovia.
I know where you can find it. On Spreaker, download, rate, subscribe, review, do all those fun things. We're the exciting and new podcast on all our socials. The Jazoo over on Instagram, Jazoo74 on Twitter. This has been the exciting and new mini podcast, and I'm Jason.
AEgonzo1 on Twitter, AEgonzo1970 on Instagram. I'm Andy.
Dana Caps on TikTok, Dana Caps 77 on Instagram. I'm Dana.
She has to write it down, Dan, just so you know.
I pre-laugh.
At Copy Dan on Twitter.
Follow him there.
Well, not really anymore, but on TikTok and at Copy Dan _ on Instagram, but that's not really anything. And that's it. And I'm still Dan.
I remember following you on Twitter for a while there. I'm like, this dude is hilarious, man. He's always got something to say that's always funny. All right.